Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom named Udoma people were known for their vast wealth, beautiful and healthy people, but most especially, Udoma kingdom was known for their strength in wars. In fact, the people of Udoma has everything a kingdom could want and more. Indeed, the prosperity of the kingdom was the envy of other neighboring kingdoms. The people of Udoma has a handsome prince named Obiako. Obiako was the only son of the king and the queen of Udoma kingdom. The king and the queen, after getting married, found it very difficult to have a child. The king and the queen waited many years and even made so many sacrifices to many deities. But the queen was still unable to conceive a child, and this made the couples very sad. After many years of searching for a child, the queen finally conceived. It was a very joyful thing for the two couples. After months of pregnancy, the queen gave birth to the only prince of Udoma kingdom. On the fateful day the prince was born, the king decided to throw a very big party which lasted for 3 days in order to welcome his son. The whole villagers were so happy and they all joined the king and the queen in welcoming the long-awaited prince. Not long, the king decided within him that because he and his wife suffered to have a child, that he will pamper, provide, and make sure the prince lacks nothing in his life. So the king decided to go into war with another kingdom called Ebema. The kingdom and people of Ebema were so blessed and they flourished just like the people of Udoma. They have beautiful and handsome people. They have vast wealth and they live a healthy and a comfortable life. They also have strong warriors, but their strength cannot be matched with those of Udoma warriors. While the king of Udoma was preparing to go to war and fight the people of Ebema in order to capture slaves that will serve his son, the chief priest of Udoma visited the king one early morning. When the king saw the chief priest, he was surprised, for he did not know of any reason that could make the chief priest visit the palace and so early that morning. Immediately he saw the chief priest, he greeted him and inquired of his visit. "Eyes of the gods, I greet you. What brought you to my palace this early morning?" asked the king. The chief priest, who was pacing restlessly in the palace, did not answer the king immediately. But after a while, he looked up to the sky and then looked at the king. He then said to the king, "The gods are not happy." He then paused and continued addressing the king. "As a matter of fact, the gods are not happy with you, your majesty." "The gods are not happy with me? But chief priest, what did I do to anger the gods?" The gods want to know why you wish to go into war with the people of Egbema. Your majesty, the gods want me to tell you to seize the idea of engaging the people of Egbema into a war. Chief priest of our land, I cannot cease now, not when my people and the Egbema people all knew my intention of going to war. Chief priest, that will make me look cowardly. And I, the king of the great Udoma kingdom, cannot be seen as a coward. he that the gods wants to kill, they first of all make him deaf. Your Majesty, since you have decided to disobey the gods say I should let you know that only you and your family, with those that supported and advised you to go into this war, will bear the consequences of whatever that comes out of it. After saying what the god sent him to say, the chief priest left the king. After many days, the king of Udoma kingdom went into war with the people of Egbema. He killed their king and captured many of Egbema people as slaves. Many years later, Prince Obiako grew into a handsome young man. The prince turned out to be a kind-hearted young man. The people of Udoma loved their prince very well because he was not arrogant and prideful like most of the elite young men. Prince Obiako was crowned the crown prince of Udoma kingdom by his father, the king, and this brought joy to the hearts of the people of Udoma. Back in Egbema kingdom, the kingdom which used to be full of life and happy dwellers, we are now left with people who are struggling and trying to recover from the effects of the war that happened many years between their kingdom and the people of Udoma kingdom. In Egbema kingdom, there lived a young maiden called Mma. Mma was living with her aged grandmother in an old hut at the outskirts of the village. Mma was a very beautiful maiden who draws people's attention anytime she passes. Despite her beauty, Mma was always sad. She always go about the village with a gloomy expression on her face. Mma, who stays with her grandmother, lost her parents and elder brother in the last war between Egbema and Udoma. And ever since then, Mma, who used to be a happy and a vibrant child, became reserved. Udoma and the Egbema kingdom shares a common boundary by the east side of Egbema kingdom. And by this boundary, there was a very big river which separates the two kingdoms. Both kingdoms used to fetch water from the river before the war, but after Udoma people attacked the Egbema kingdom, they no longer come to the river for anything because they don't want anything to do with Udoma people. One fateful day, Mma went to the river in order to relax. She usually visits the river whenever her heart and mind are so troubled. While she was relaxing, Mma heard footsteps behind her. When she turned, she saw the handsome prince of Udoma kingdom approaching the river. Mma immediately stood up to leave, but the young prince persuaded her not to leave because of him. Mma, after much persuasion from the prince, decided to stay a while. As the days passed by, Mma and the prince began to meet more often, but anytime they want to meet, they always meet at a secret place, with the prince dressed as a commoner so that no one will be able to recognize him. For though the war ended many years ago between the two kingdoms, the enmity and the hatred that came with the war never left. One day, the prince, who has fallen deeply in love with Mma, decided to make her his own. They met one day and the prince proposed to Mma. Mma immediately accepted his proposal without wasting time. But trouble started when the prince introduced Mma to his parents as his wife-to-be. The king refused to accept Mma as his daughter-in-law. This made the prince so sad, and he began to keep to himself. He rejected food and refused to see anyone, even his parents. The prince's condition got from bad to worse, so much so that the queen has to plead with the king to allow their son get married to the woman he loves. The king finally gave in, and the prince was so happy that he left immediately to inform Mma that his father has finally accepted her. The dates to come and see Mma and her people were fixed. Prince Obiako was so happy that he was finally going to marry the love of his life. The day to go and pay Mma's bride price came. Prince Obiako, the king, the queen, and some of the most important personnel in Udoma kingdom left for Egbema kingdom. When they arrived Egbema kingdom, they were welcomed warmly by the people of Egbema. Mma's kinsmen told them to wait while they go and bring out the bride. After some minutes, Mma came out to meet the prince and his people. But to their surprise, the young maiden came out dressed in a warrior's attire. The prince, who was confused at what was going on, asked Mma to explain why she was putting on a war cloth instead of their wedding clothes. Prince Obiako, what do you and your people take my people for? Asked Mma. You people must have thought we the Egbema people are fools, for that's the only explanation to why you will dare to step foot into my kingdom. Mma, what are you saying? Asked Prince Obiako. What I am saying is that I am the princess of this kingdom, the daughter of the late king and queen of Egbema kingdom. Your father came to my kingdom and took my family away from me. Prince Obiako, the day you met me at the stream was the day your doom was sealed. I intentionally came to the stream after learning you frequent there every 3 market days. I pretended to fall in love with you so I can lure you and your people here. My son, said the king, I told you, my spirit never accepted this maiden, but you will never listen. Turning to Mma, the king said, please, leave my family. You can take me. I am the one that wronged you. Mma laughed wickedly, as she then turned to the king and said, I cannot do that. You took away my own family, and now it's my turn to reciprocate. Mma turned to the prince, who has been in shock all this while, and said to him, Prince Obiako, sorry to disappoint you, but I never loved you. Ever since your father killed my parents and my brother, I swore to avenge them, and today I will fulfill my promise to my late parents. Mma then took her sword, and in the presence of the king, the queen, and the people of Udoma, she stabbed the prince to death. After killing the prince, Mma went ahead to kill the queen and the people that came with them. She then told the warriors of Egbema kingdom to take the king back to the boundary leading to Udoma kingdom. She allowed the king live so he can experience the pain of losing his family just like she did. The king of Udoma kingdom returned to his palace and lived the rest of his life in regret and sorrow. For then did he remember the words of the chief priest. That was how the king of Udoma kingdom lost his whole family due to his quest for power.